Good morning, friends, and welcome to the stream. My name is Serge, Pilot Club 6, and this morning we are continuing our TPC Explorer missions. This is the Bad Decisions High Altitude set of 5 airports located in the United States with high altitude, and we are using our beautiful Kodiak 100 for this flight. For these flights, as always, and this is flight 4. Yesterday we did our flight 3. The week before we did our first and second flight. So, anyways, welcome, happy Sunday. I hope you guys are doing well. We got our coffee. Sun just came up here in Albuquerque. Yeah, so we're flying from Albuquerque to Telluride, so Albuquerque, New Mexico to Telluride, California, Colorado. And as always, I wanted to remind you that this flight is brought to you by thepilotclub.org for group flights, activities, flight school, VATSIM training, virtual airline, flight sim resources, and more. Check out thepilotclub.org. All right, so here we are at Atlantic in Albuquerque. Pretty cool. I think we got 3 passengers. About to load up here. Let's see. Can we call up our fuel truck? I think we're good on fuel, but we'll take a look. Yep, and this is a custom airport here, although there's not much here where we at in Albuquerque GA ramp. And yeah, all right, let's go here. Not sure about the fuel truck. We'll go to our weight and balance page. So the fuel we got is about 1,000, so that's good. Let's put the weights in for the pilot. That's me. We got our cat with us and a bag in there, so we'll just put 25 there. And we'll put 170 there. 170 here, and 170 here. Try to balance it a little bit better. Let me look at our OFP. We're gonna fly. Oh, what's that? Oh, we're gonna fly IFR this morning. So let's see, for our OFP, our block fuel 974, so we're good with fuel there. That looks a little different. Let's see. Yeah, that's what we need here. Takeoff weight 52.59. Yeah, that's fine. It's close enough there. We'll go ahead and close the doors. Got our passengers loaded up. And we'll go up front here, close this door. Open the window. Yeah, look at that, sun's coming up. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and turn on the fuel. Plunger, everything looks good here. Turn on master, beacon, nav, avionics. And we got good voltages there. And we're looking at least 12 NG. So fuel pump on, ignition on, low motor start. Introduce fuel. Generators are on. Auxiliary bus on. Ignition off. All right, we're going to go 14,000. On the altitude, FLC is going to be 105. Our altimeter is 3020. Transponder code we got, it is 4103. Turn on taxi lights here. Look at our takeoff table. So I already forgot what is our takeoff weight. It was like 57, I think. So takeoff at 56. So we'll rotate at 65, something like that. Okay. Climb at 105. We'll preset heading mode. All right, we'll go here, flight plan. Albuquerque, let's see here, we're departing runway 8. That's what they're departing. And destination. Telluride, regional, landing Niner there. Let's see, ETL. Is our en route fix. And then we want to go procedure. Let's see, departure. cargo 3. Runway 8. Transition is RSK. Load that. Yep, that looks good. Set up our elevator trim. It's looking good. All right, who we got here? Magnus is here. Good morning. Magnus is flying from Athens. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. Where are you going? Where are you flying? Let's close the window here. And we'll need to get our frequencies. Albuquerque 1203. And we'll go 1228. To 15 on standby. All right, that's looking good with the frequencies. All right, we'll go flaps 1. Go ahead and check our controls. All right, everything's free and correct. All right, let me look at the checklist. Fuel flows 108, that is fine. Yep, everything's good here before taxi. Frequencies, flight plan, autopilot. Let's go ahead and check the autopilot. Transponder is fine. Altitude, need to set the heading bug runway 8. 082 is the heading. That's close enough. Magnus is headed to Zurich today. Wasn't feeling the long track back up to England this morning, so figured a shorter run to the Alps would be nice. That's awesome. Well, I wish you a great flight, sir. All right, so gonna take off from 8, runway heading, and we need to make a left turn. We can probably go to our first fix. It's like Southwest is flying over Albuquerque here. Kind of low. Oh, he's landing on 8. Yep, okay. Let's see. Should be coming in from there somewhere. We'll go ahead and start taxi. Albuquerque traffic, Kodiak Pilot Club 6, taxiing to runway 08 via Foxtrot Golf, Albuquerque. Brake check. Alright, so this is Foxtrot. And Magnus says, see if we can catch some wings on the way and get our people there early. Oh, winds. Yeah, got it. Got it. Yes, sir. Nice, beautiful airport here. Nicely done. Lots of signs. And all right, making a left here on Gulf.
Approaching runway 1230. Entered runway 1230.
Whoa. Did we mess up here, guys? Yeah, we did. Oof. You gotta pay attention. Man, it's too early for this flight here. Man, we had a runway incursion. A little bit. Yep, gotta pay attention on that taxi there. There it is. There's Gulf. All right, there's the terminal over there. Let's test the stall warning. Stall. Magnus says, "See me in my office." Yes, sir. That is my fault. All right, flap set. Trim is set. Let's set the lights here. Strobe, landing lights, and pitot heat will turn on in a second. We're rotating at 70. Albuquerque traffic, Kodiak Pilot Club 6, crossing 12 on Echo 1.
Approaching runway 08.
And then taking off runway 08.
Entered runway 08.
For an IFR departure to the north. Albuquerque. Alright, 8 should be here. I think it's right here. And we overshot that a little bit too. Alright, here we go. And rotate. Beautiful. And flap 0. And we'll turn AP on. Go ahead and initiate our left turn. And another left turn. And we'll go direct, activate, and nav. Alright, nice departure out of Albuquerque. Passing 10,000. Delta to the left. Oh, there they are, right there. Alright, we need to go and turn on our oxygen. Albuquerque traffic, Kodiak Pilot Club 6, 6 miles to the west of the field, climbing 3000 and leaving the area to the north. Last call, Albuquerque. Alright, so we'll go ahead and switch up to Unicom. And we're cruising at 14,000. And we're going to go here. Let's reduce our RPMs. $2,000. Yep, it's Largo 3. We'll look at it a little bit. This one's kind of interesting because yeah, our top altitude on this departure is flight level 200. We're not doing that. We're staying at 14. Got a little bit of a headwind, I think. Yep. Your damper can come on. Now I think, yeah, I feel like we don't need these boxes here. Where are the boxes? Yep, our ITT is all to the max there. I think that's all we can do here. Fuel flow's fine. Pressure, amps, volts, fuel. Things looking good. That's looking good. Alright, and Telluride, let's start looking at the weather there. VFR conditions, winds 110 at 5, visibility's 10. Pretty good conditions actually. I'm quite surprised there. Yep, landing 9. So what we'll do is, for now, we'll go to procedures, select approach. We're going to go to RNAV. GPS. There's a mic. I didn't know mic existed there. Let me look at ForeFlight. Oh yeah, there is mic. Well, we're using Yankee for Niner. Not sure what the difference is here. This one says LPV. This one says LP plus V. I don't know if there's a difference. Let me see what that looks like. I don't know. Okay. Initial approach fix is Havu. So we'll take that. And let's see, what are our minimums? They are 11.5. There's going to be a lot of scrolling here, but no, nothing we can do about that. 11.5 minimums. Jeez. Eleven five. All right, so we got that in. Let's see, what else? So that's looking good. Nice and beautiful here at 14. Alright, let's put up iPad here so you guys can see us making progress here. And I'm going to go and take a quick break, and I'll be right back. Alright, we're back on deck, making good progress. We'll see if Greg joins us. We're about 100 miles out from Telluride. Calm winds now. That's very good. 3020 is the altimeter. So we're already good to go with that. Alright, let's go here. Let's look at our charts. Yeah, we're definitely gonna need Albuquerque here. Let's go ahead and sync. Go back, charts. Probably a little too far here. Taking RNAV Yankee 9er. Right turn 15,000, direct ETL VOR. ETL VOR is 11695. Go to nav 2. 11695. Bearing 2, nav 2. It's looking good. There's the hold. Alright, let's see. Nav Yankee. So let's go to profile. Alright, above 13,000 at ETL, 13 at SEPMA, or above 13 at SEPMA, and then 369 degrees to the intercept. Okay, that's looking good. And it still defaults to because we're still on departure, that's why. Okay, no problem. Let's look at the checklists. So we need group, in flight, normal cruise. Alright, this is for descent. Alright, there's Greg. What's up, Greg? Oh wait, Magnus wrote something here. I don't know if you saw. I am 98% done with TPC Gulfstream 550 paint. Got some fine details to fix up and a few panels to hunt down for paint, but it's looking good in paint booth when you have a chance. Okay, yeah, I'll take a look for sure. And Greg is heading to Kodiak. Okay, we're flying to Telluride, sir. You're one flight behind us. One flight behind. You got time. Alright, so let me take a look at Magnus. So you're saying it's in paint shop? Oh, that's pretty neat. Yeah, very nice. Let me look at the tail. That's, oh yeah, that's looking good. Like, I feel like you have some black up front. It'd be nice to have something black somewhere else. Let's see. Yeah, I can't see the tail very well, how the tail is done. Kind of can tell. I think the bird is stretched out a little bit, dude. You want to take a look probably, but very good work. Very nice. Wingtips. Okay, good. Yeah, alright, good work. Tail was the real hard part, getting the logo spot on. I didn't throw a pick in the channel for the tail. Yeah, I realized. What you may want to consider though is doing an oversized logo on the tail, just like we do on like a 320 that we have, the Phoenix 320 and some of the others, including this aircraft here, the Kodiak. You see how it kind of cuts off. It's oversized instead of being full in there, so you may want to consider that and see what that looks like. But it looks pretty cool. I would just add something somewhere black to balance, right? If you have the black on the nose, which I guess is okay. I feel like, yeah, I guess for contrast it's nice to have, or maybe do like the engines, maybe the engines in black. Then if you're gonna have black, I would do the engines in black. But you can also do like darker blue instead of black, and then make that darker blue the engines as well. But that's just my thoughts and observations, but all good. All right, let's see here. K-Tax should be at 9,100. ETL should be at 13,000. Interesting. Okay, SEPMA at 13. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, it's going to be interesting here. Alright, Magnus says I'll try to oversize it. The wing tips go up really far, which I didn't love. Main thing is I was avoiding was bringing it onto the fuselage because of the engines, as well as the headache of lining it up. Yeah. Yep, no, I understand that. Copy. Yeah, it's not easy with some of these airplanes, I tell you that for sure. Megan says the engines was something too. Felt they make the back real bright, might make them that midsection blue. Yeah, definitely. Also, it's not quite black, it's a very, very dark blue. I wanted to balance the blue fade. Copy. Yep, all good. Let me try something here right quick. We'll try the trim. It doesn't really work in autopilot. Okay, yeah, it just auto trims, I guess. Also version 1, so see where we end up. Yep, copy that. No, very good. Good work. Alright, let's get the frequency. One, 2, 3, 0. Alright, this is going to be interesting too. We're at 14 here. There's some spots here that are very super high. We'll see. We'll stay at 14 here for now. Yeah, this is some mismatch here. All right, we made the turn here. Yep, good. So now we got some tailwinds. That's good. let's look at our estimated landing weight is 4.8 maybe. Needs 60. We'll go 75 on VRAF. Alright, looking good. And we need to stay here. Okay. Gotta figure this out here. What we can do here, I feel like, let's go ahead and do activate approach. Yep, perfect. That's what we need here. I got about 30 minutes of flight remaining. Alright, let's go here. Let's see if charts are synced now. Yep, they are. Okay, so here's our RNAV Yankee Niner. Okay. Yep, everything's tracking good. Let's go look at our looking at our weather. Winds calm, visibility's 10, altimeter 3020, everything's set. Very good. So landing on Niner, we're going to be exiting left, Alpha 3. That's perfect. Alright, let's look at some of the things here. Airport on 1000 MESA, strong vertical turbulence, rising terrain, all quadrants, recommended takeoff 27, land Niner. Yep, okay, the grade, glider, noise, Niner's right traffic pattern, all good here. Plenty of runway, we'll do this right. And here's our approach plate again. So on the missed approach, right turn back to ETL, back to Cones VOR. So that looks fine. Alright, Greg says on the way to Kodiak, more winter flying. This wasn't much of a challenge. Yeah, well, guess what? It's not supposed to be a challenge per se, it's just explorer missions, but the high elevation or high density altitude is the issue. But yeah, and the weather's been really good around these parts. So okay, yeah, very good. You're gonna try to catch me at Telluride or no? And I'm going to Aspen next, but not today, maybe tomorrow. Today we have a group flight for airliners and biz jets, Sunday fun day. We're flying, I want to say into Reno from Seattle to Reno, something like that. We're going to be doing that this afternoon, hopefully. And Magnus says, my lucky day, I just found the wire mesh for this thing so I can position the bird better. Yay! Alright, alright, alright. That sounds great. Yeah, I think we're going to be coming in very close to these mountains there up ahead. I feel like they're, yeah, maybe 1,000, maybe 1,000 feet below us. So here, let me throw that on there for you. So this is where we at. So we are going direct, our initial approach fix, and we should miss the mountains there on the to the east of our flight path, and then on the left side, on the west side, everything's looking good there for our altitude. We'll be at 14 at our initial approach fix, right? Or we need to be at 13. Let me look at something here. 1 second. Let's see. Oh, it's a 16 here. It should not be 16. What's going on here? Yeah, that should be good right there at 14. And then, let's see, ETL we can delete. Nope, we can't. No, we need it there. That's part of the approach. And then the final approach fix, SEPMA at 13. That is all good there. So our descent should be in about, yep, 13 minutes. That looks about right. Remove that there. All right, I'll take one final quick break and we'll be right back to land this thing. Alright guys, we got about 20 minutes. We're about 30 miles from the airport now. And Greg says here, maybe I'll join the group flight later. Okay, sir, sounds good. Yep, check out the website, it's on there. It's Seattle to Reno. Should be really good. Good ATC too. All right. Alright, let me go ahead and switch up. So we're going to go to CTAF for Telluride. And Unicom on COM 2. Telluride traffic. Kodiak Pilot Club 6, 25 miles to the southwest, inbound RNAV, runway 09er. We're at 14 now. Telluride. Look at that. That's beautiful right there. Yep, so we're looking good. We'll hit top of descent at our initial approach fix. Look at the chart again. Yep, should be good to go there. We'll shed 1,000 before the ETL VOR. Good on fuel, everything's looking good. Let's go ahead and lock our harnesses. Go back here, let me look at the checklist. Engine inlet, we're going to leave normal. Pitot heat will be on. Altimeter is set. CDI is set. Power is set. Seats. And here's before landing. We'll check that. In a minute. See the winds, crosswind from the left. I see a little bit of snow on the peaks there. But I heard it was kind of weird, right? Like with the snow, where it's supposed to be, like in real life, Normally there's not much snow that came out or came down rather. All right, and we got our ETL VOR. That's our arrow here for our missed approach fix. It'll be right turn back to ETL. All right, a little bit of turbulence here coming over the mountains. Let's see. Got the glide path, and we'll set bottom altitude to I guess 13. B path is set. Alright, everything's fine now. Coming up to our initial approach fixed. Approaching top of descent. All right, let's go ahead and turn on the lights. Let me see something here. Alright, there's our we're intercepting our V path. About there, okay. Yep, V path is green. Glide path is armed. Beautiful flying here in Colorado. On ETL above 13.
Destination AWAS is 118.325.
Yep, so we got to stay at 13 here, that's fine. We'll go ahead and increase our RPMs back. $2,200. And let's see. Got the diamond here. It's gray for some reason. Alright, glide path captured. And 15 is our missed approach altitude. Looking good. Let's reduce power. Telluride traffic. Kodiak Pilot Club 6, 10 mile final, runway 09er. Telluride. Runway in sight. There it is right there. Start slowing down. Flaps 1 at 138. Idle descent. Flaps 1. $120 for the next set. Flaps 2. And flaps 3. Alright, let's do a quick checklist here. Fuel selector valves are good. Maximum RPM. Wing flaps are set. Lights are on. Your damper will turn off when we turn off the autopilot. VRAF is 75. On the Pappies. Rudder trim is 0, Greg. Alright, not the best, but not too bad. We're exiting Alpha 3. You know what? I left yaw damper on still. Forgot the yaw damper. Greg did say no yaw damper on the final. Yep. We forgot to turn it off again. That's alright. We'll fix it next time. Okay, once from the other side, okay. And of course we need the strobe, taxi lights, landing lights. Generators are off. That's it. Very good. Let's look at our landing there. Yeah, we need more pitch angle there. Good FPMs there, but need to flare more. All right. Well, anyways, we did it. Very good. And as always, I wanted to remind you that today's flight's been brought to you by thepilotclub.org for group flights activities, flight school, VATSIM training, virtual airline, flight sim resources, and more. Check out thepilotclub.org. All right. Thank you very much for tuning in the stream as we flew from Albuquerque to Telluride, part of the TPC Explorer missions, Bad Decisions, High Altitude. And we got one more airport left, and that is Aspen. Probably do that tomorrow. We'll try to anyways. And we also will try to do the group flight today in the Embraer with the club from Seattle to Reno. So hope you guys are good, and we'll see you on the stream next time. See you.